Hey guys, so I've got my stand all prepped, scuffed up, the ends are all blocked off. I've got the rest of the everything taped off so I don't stain the inside, so I get this neat bicolor thing going on. So I'm basically ready to stain. Down here on the floor, I've got my, where to go? My Minwax Polyshade. I'm choosing a Bombay Mahogany, so the this part will be dark, and the inside on the panels is going to be this light color. I think it'll look really good. If it doesn't, I'll change it, or stain it some other color that I like better. For this, you'll definitely need a natural, I repeat again, natural bristle brush. This is squirrel hair. It's squirrel hair or horse hair. I believe I've got I think mine is a 50-50 mix of squirrel and horsehair. If you get an extra soft brush, which is technically better for this kind of thing, that would be probably 100% squirrel hair. For a soft brush, which I have, is a 50-50 blend, and for a medium to firm, you're going to get horsehair. The other thing with this poly shades, you never ever want to shake the can. It'll put bubbles in it, and it'll turn out terrible. Same reason you don't want to use a foam brush, because the foam has little chambers in it, and it'll end up ruining your piece by putting bubbles all over your piece. This stuff does go on like paint, so just keep that in mind. Let me see if I can find a... where did I put that? I am looking for a screwdriver to open this up. So, let's get started. I put a drop cloth on, if I haven't mentioned that, just so I don't completely ruin my floors. And this is going to be thick on thin on top and thick on the bottom. You really want to stir the hell out of it to really get those colors up and into the mix. You'll feel it start to change as everything gets mixed together correctly. I know this seems like a long time, guys, but this stuff does need to be stirred pretty long. Probably a good solid 2 minutes. This is a brand new can, so it's hard without spilling it. Also, you can see I've changed my shirt. If you, my advice to you is to change it into something you don't want. You're going to brush up against something. You're going to ruin your pants, your shirt, whatever it is. If you like it, it's gone, completely gone. You might as well write it off before you start. Okay, that looks pretty good. To make my life easier, I'm going to turn this on its side. And then I can stand up and do this instead. That's the other thing I wanted. Where did I put that stuff? I'm also going to put on a pair of gloves, guys. Because this stuff is stained. It will stain your hands. Having that up there is probably a bad idea. Let's put it in here. Last thing I need to do is tip that can over and ruin my carpets. So you always want to go in the direction of the grain of the wood. It does go on very thick. It goes on very much like paint. Pull it away from any dark spots. Let it soak it in. Support my weight there. So as this dries, you'll start to see the natural grain come through. And you just want to keep kind of working this around a little bit. It's going to take a while to really get this. The reason you want to go with the grain, guys, is this stuff is streaky as hell. I'll admit that straight off. But by doing it this way, you'll get a lot less streaks, show a lot more of that wood grain. You always want to just go with just the tip of the brush when you're finished. It's called tipping off. You can see midwax.com for that. You can ask Bruce. Bruce Jenner is one of the better woodworkers in the world, probably the best. But when you do that, you'll get a very, very nice finish on it. So you really just want to work that down in as much as you can, every crevice. Every piece you might see. I mean, I'm doing this inside trim. I don't think it'll be visible, but I'd rather be safe than sorry when it looks like shit. Later down the road. I'm guessing I'm going to need 2 coats on this, because this is a very, very light colored, what do they call it? Very light colored stand. So this is going to suck this down, and then it's going to be like almost nothing. I mean, that's why I'm using such a dark stain on this. I'm going to mess this up again because I've got to get underneath here just to make it nice. I just wasted all my tipping off, guys, but that's what you get. It's part of the fun. I mean, you can always go back and just finish it off. A lot of the streaks on this do end up looking kind of natural. Not perfectly natural, but definitely better than what you think. Especially on something as grainy as this pine. It's doing a better job than I thought it would, which is great. I am getting some dark spots here and there, but not very much. And some light spots in some part. I always keep going back over that because I hate that light spot. But it's not bad. Ugh. So, and if you don't like it, you can always go back and give it another coat later. I mean, this is going to need 2 coats. I know it. I can tell by how light this is. I want a little bit richer color than it's giving me right now. It's not a bad color, and it is self-leveling after a little bit. You just can't play with it too much. Once it's down, you kind of got to leave it. The inside rims I'm not really worried about for stain. It's more of a color it so it looks okay when you close the cabinet kind of thing, or when you open the cabinet. I mean, the inside color, especially to me, doesn't really matter. What I'm really looking for here is just to get it so it doesn't look like there's a white spot on the inside of the cabinet where I forgot to freaking stain. And it's actually turning out quite well. I actually quite like the look once it's completely on there. You really do have to work that down into the wood, though. It is quite thick. And remember, always tip off, otherwise you'll get those streaky marks. See, even that little flick screwed me. Fuck. Excuse my language, guys. I'm actually quite pleased with it. It's coming out quite well. It's actually a really nice color. It could be a little richer, but not by much. So I'm very pleased with how it's turning out. So, all right. Let's tip this up and try another side here. And on the sides here, guys, it is running everywhere. It's a good thing for the drop cloth. So it is quite streaky when you get down to it, but that's what the drop cloth's for.